Hello everyone, I'm Lewis.
And I'm Jonas.
And welcome to GL Pokemon, and we have a very interesting video for you guys.
Yep.
So, as you probably saw from watching our videos, we have a lot of cards, and we open a lot of cards. So, we thought this video, we'd show you how we organize our cards, all of our bulk downstairs, and our way of scanning them in and getting them into a cool database that we have made. So, but before we get into that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe,
ring the bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-long.
Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at JL_PKMN.
And our TikToks.
And so we have the winner for the giveaway of the Basil video, the Basil and the JL Pokemon pack battle. Yep. So here we go. I'm gonna start recording. And let's see who the winner is. We have a lot of entries, so thank you for commenting on both Basil's and our video. So yeah, how about we do it?
And the winner is
it is Mary Borg. Congratulations for winning the giveaway. Yep. Make sure to send us a DM or Basil a DM on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Yeah. And so yeah, and we'll get the card that you pick to you as soon as possible. So thank you very much.
Since Basil lost the pack battle, you get to choose one of his cards to be yours, and we'll get it to you as soon as possible.
Now, guys, in this video, Jonas will be taking over, and he'll bring you guys downstairs to show you the collection with our editor slash cameraman slash dad. So catch you guys in a second.
Hello guys, welcome to our downstairs area. We are here with the editor slash cameraman slash my father. So,
how you doing, guys?
We're here, we have our storage system right here. How about I ask you a few questions, you answer them?
Sure, well how about I give you a bit of an introduction?
Alright.
Okay, so what we've got here is a Pokemon database storage system. So it contains a couple of components. So the first thing, the boys are obviously opening a lot of Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, a lot
of Pokemon cards. And I wanted a way, and we wanted to build a way to store them, especially the bulk cards. They had the binders that you've seen in previous videos for, for their more expensive cards and more valuable cards.
But this is for commons, uncommons, reverses, hollows,
reverse, yeah, exactly,
and other stuff like that.
So you just move back for a second, Jonas. You can see a stack of cards that we've collected over the past number of months. That I'm trying to do something with. What do we do with all of these cards?
So we decided, to do what he loves doing best: making scripts,
programming, a little bit of programming, and as well a little bit of 3D printing. So the first thing we did was I found a plan online on Thingiverse, I think. So if you're into 3D printing, this might be for you.
Yep.
And I found these great cases that you could 3D print. It would take, 8 or 10 hours to print one case. Yeah. But what's good with these cases
is that you can do this.
That's right. You can just take an energy card.
Yeah.
And you can just slide. There's a little slot in the front of the case, and on the top. Yep. And just like that, and there you go. You've got an energy card now in the front of your case.
Or you can slide it in for the left or right side.
And as well, what comes with the cases
are these.
So these
are little like dividers.
Little dividers and there's little knobs on them so that they fit into the little grooves in these cases. And so the divider goes right in, and you can divide different types of cards. Yep. So of course we started off and we had basically one box for each type of card. But we have a shelf here, and in our shelf we have our cards organized. But what's the different types of cards we have organized there, Jones?
We have stadium supporters, item cards, and every single type of Pokemon out there.
Right. Including
fairy type,
and including dragon type.
We found a dragon type energy, which I really think should exist because it looks really cool, and a colorless
energy, so that we have a card to put in the front. And as well, I found some blank trainer cards, so some blank supporters, some blank item cards, some blank stadium cards.
One here.
Yeah, I didn't print off another one, so this one's just So I also have a case for all of those special energy cards as well. So I've got a stack here that I have yet to file for special energy, impact energy, fusion strike energy, as well as some of the
older type energies.
Older energies that are numbered. So for the newer energies, like the one that's on the front here, this grass type, there's no number, there's no set number, so we're not keeping track of those. They just go into the bulk, and eventually maybe we'll be able to trade them in or do something with them. But some of the older energies, like this water type energy here.
What set is it from?
2 stars.
Don't remember.
I can't remember. But we'll see in a minute how that'll help us out with our program. So, and it's from 1995, 2000 copyright. So it's an older energy, and it's numbered 111 of 111. So these are ones that we do want to keep. So the idea here is that we want to collect as many different cards from many different sets as we can. But of course, organizing them is quite a chore. So we do have those cases, which are coming in handy.
Yes.
But of course, they can only do so much. They can only store the type of card.
So,
and we're the guys, the boys, they also play tournaments, competitive Pokemon.
Midgard Gaming, check it out, yeah.
What they want to be able to do is sometimes they want to be able to find a certain card. If they're making a deck and they want to find, like last night you looked for a card, which card was it?
I looked for Ultra Balls.
Ultra Balls. So we went into the trainer box, the supporter. Ultra Balls, an item. We went into the item trainer box and searched through it, and what we've also got done is we've got all of the cards in alphabetical order.
Oh yeah.
So that takes a bit of a time to go.
It's a bit of a chore to go through as well.
To go through all the cards. So, for example, this one here is the.
That's S to Z.
This is the grass, and we actually have 3 grass boxes because there's so many cards of grass, and we have a whole lot more cards right here to go through. So you can see if you go through here, Scatterbug, Scyther, C-Dot, Swaddle, Shelmet. So all of these in here are in alphabetical order. Now, they're not ordered by set. So one of the other things we've done is, so of course we have, like we talked about, the regular cards, the newer set. What do you call the newer generation from black and white on?
Oh gosh, that's expanded.
Is it black and white or diamond and pearl? Diamond and pearl.
I can't remember. I think it's black and white.
Yeah, Lewis knows, and I can't remember either. But yeah, so all of the newer cards, say 2013 or 14, whenever that changeover happened, we have those in here in alphabetical order. Then we also have all the older cards. So for example, this one is an Arbok from...
Arbok from...
Fossil, is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
An Arbok very beat up
from Fossil. Yeah, it's a bit old.
Yeah, because it's like the...
Yeah, but the set symbol is Fossil. So we have all of the older cards in its own section. Right in here. And we have a spot for hollows here. So this is a Ariados. Ariados. I'm still learning the names. And there's a section here for the reverses. So this is a reverse Abomasnow.
Okay, yeah.
From Chilling Reign.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would have been pulled in one of the most recent videos, though I already have it categorized. So we have the older cards, the hollow cards, the reverses, and then the newer sort of cards.
So A to Z.
And yeah, so this box here goes from Abomasnow to Dwebble, whatever. This one goes from Eldegoss, E, to Rowlet.
And then
this one goes from Scatterbug. Is that the first one?
Scatterbug to Zarude.
Zarude, maybe? Zarude.
Yeah.
So that's all of the grass type that we have in our database, in our collection right now. But we have a lot more cards to file away. So the next step in the process of cataloging our cards is to create some sort of database. Now I like working with computers. They're a lot of fun.
I sometimes do too.
Sometimes you do too. You play games in that, and you've done some Minecraft coding in that a little bit, haven't you? Sometimes you got into the commands in Minecraft, right?
Commands, yeah.
So there are programming languages out there that enables you to keep track of a database.
Yeah, there's I think Java.
Java is a
Python.
Python is a programming language.
Oh gosh.
C++ or
C#.
JavaScript, C#. There's a whack of different programming languages.
Now, what is this one?
So the one that I've chosen to use, and the one that I've been working with at my job and other things for the past number of years, is Python. Python is a free programming language that you can download, or you can even... There's online versions that you can actually run. So if you want to learn how to program in Python, there are a lot of videos out there on the internet, and that's how I learned most of this. So I decided to create a program to help capture the database. There's online database sites that you can use, and some of them you have to pay for.
Oh, yeah.
There's ones that you can get for your phone, where you can use to scan in the cards. But of course, you're limited to the capability of the program on the phone. So what I've done is I've created a couple of different programs in Python. So the first one is quite a bit long. It's a nice bit of code. And
Just a little bit, you know, just a little.
different portions of the code. And this is probably the one that I use the most. And this is the one that actually is used to put the cards in the system. So to scan the cards.
625, 6 lines.
625 lines of code. Now, I'm not the best programmer in the world. I learned this myself, so you might see some bugs, you might see some issues. So the first thing I've got done is switch back to the main cameras. Right here I have a webcam set up. I have yet to 3D print a proper stand. This is a headphone stand that I 3D printed for Jonas, that I can use to place my cards down, and it'll scan the cards. So if we run this code...
Oh, we're actually going to do it.
Yeah, we're actually going to do it.
This looks way too...
Here we go. So here's the main window that opens up. It just takes a second, and we can see there is a live video feed on the left-hand side.
Very blurry.
One is the actual picture. You can see my hand here. And the other one up top, it looks kind of like a black and white contoury type. So what that does is that's used to recognize the card. So when I lay a card down, like that, it takes a second, and you can see that it's sort of figuring out where the card is. And it captures the card. It can see in the screen what the card is. So then I have a button here, search scan. So for the Python programmers out there and for those who are interested, I'm getting all of the information from the TCG Player database. And with the TCG Player database, you can actually request, and which is what I've done, permission to use what's called an API. And an API is a way, an application program interface is what it stands for.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
You've heard of that? And what that does is enables me to write a program and that can talk directly to their database through this API.
I've worked with that before in science class.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. What I've done here is I have all of the images from TCG Player for all 20,000 Pokemon cards.
Oh my.
I know, it's a lot. I've downloaded them, and I've gotten the computer through a process that I found to basically memorize the cards. If you're interested in the details, comment below, and we can get you some more details. And when I hit this search scan button, it searches the database, and within a few seconds, it finds the card. And it has identified the best match to this card, and it is the Caterpie from what's that set? No, it's the one. Oh, actually, it comes up over here. Fusion Strike.
Yeah.
So over here on the right-hand side, it actually tells me the potential cards that it could be. It thinks it's the Caterpie from Fusion Strike, which it is. It also could be a Magmar or a Litwick or a Clefairy and so on. But the best match, the best match by far, and I actually have a ranking over here. The best match by far is
Caterpie from
Caterpie.
Fusion Strike.
So then once it has recognized the card, I have some options here. I can either select normal, which is what it is, or if it happens to be a reverse holo. Now the camera does not do a good job, and I found this with some of the phone version ones as well. Does not do a good job of picking up holos and reverses and stuff like that. It's just
so what we decided to do is we'd implemented it ourselves.
Right.
By adding a few buttons that allows us to categorize which type of card it is.
That's right. So by default, it just assumes it's normal. And as well, on TCG Player, they have a way of categorizing the condition of the card. So it can be condition 1 to 5.
So like
1 being the best, condition 5 being the worst.
So like absolutely beat up in
So an absolutely beat up card would be, a 5.
Yeah.
But a good card, like most of these I would think are probably pretty close to 1. They're probably maybe condition 2, but so for the most part I categorize everything as a condition 1. So if you look here, I have some buttons where you can choose whether we add a condition 1 and the type of card. So when I say add condition 1, you can see down here it just spits out some text. Now yes, I could probably make this a little bit prettier, have some text windows in that here, but for now this is what I've got. Where it basically says, okay, it's added a Fusion Strike, Caterpie, card condition 1. I had 6 cards already in the database, so if I look into one of the cases, there was already 6 of this Caterpie, and it's added another one. And we've decided that we're going to keep. How many cards of each one?
8.
8 cards. So what that enables them to do is that if
we want to make 2 decks,
right,
using the card
Caterpie.
Okay.
If you wanted to make a deck and Lewis wanted to make a deck,
we have 8.
you have 8, which is
Perfect
enough
number.
for a deck.
Yep.
Now, any valuable cards, obviously we're going to keep more than 8
yeah.
if we have them.
Oh, yeah.
But for the most part, for the normal, regular, common cards, we'll keep 8. The rest of them we'll put into our bulk.
We'll put into our bulk for when we get, I think it's 2,000.
Yeah, there are some sites.
There's a
that
few
allow
sites,
you-
yeah, that allows you to trading cards for a booster box.
Right.
Which eventually, if we get enough
So
cards
we're
to do
way
that.
ways from that yet. So it's added 7 cards. So it's added 7.
Yep.
If I add another one,
It's 8.
it gives me 8. Now I don't have another one here, but there may be one in the pile.
Probably.
If I try to add another one, it beeps because it says, "Hey, you've already got 8 in the system." And I actually got an undo button, so I can undo, go back to 7 in the
That's
system,
better.
which is what we had in the system.
Yep.
So now that card is done. So I take that card right here and I just put it to a side, go to the next card. Cherubi. Search scan.
Have it upside down.
Search scan. There it is. Found a
Perfect.
Cherubi from Brilliant Stars.
Okay.
Good. I want to add it. Add a condition 1. I had 5. Now I've got 6.
Hey.
Next one. Eldegoss.
Okay.
Search scan.
How about we try a reverse and then we try a hollow?
So there it is. Eldegoss from Fusion Strike. Normal. Add condition 1. We had 5. Now there's 6 in the
How
set.
about we try a reverse hollow?
All right, let's try, a reverse hollow. So just to see what it looks like. So again, it takes a second for the camera to adjust to the lighting. I still got to figure that out. But there's the blip bug. Let's see if it finds it. Search scan. So it found the blip bug, but not the reverse.
So-
and in fact, I don't think TCG Player actually has an image of the reverse. What you're seeing here, this image on the right, is actually the image from TCG Player.
So, what we have to do is we have to go down to our sidebar and we have to click on reverse hollow.
Reverse hollow. Add condition 1, and it adds a reverse hollow. Now, it just so happens that was the first blip bug from Sword and Shield that we have in reverse.
Okay.
So that's added to the database
Now,
now.
we try this Butterfree hollow.
Try Butterfree hollow, sure. There we go.
Looks a little.
Say it takes a second for it just to, and then search scan.
It's the regular one, probably.
Does it find it? Yes.
The regular one.
But it found the
So then-
it doesn't. It found the regular one, but it looks like a regular. But that's the way TCG Player has it.
So then we go down and we click on hollow.
Hollow is already actually the default for this one. The default one for this Butterfree is hollow, but it can come in reverse.
Pretty sure.
So therefore, the Butterfree, and you can see reverse hollow foil and hollow foil. So then I just say add condition 1, and it adds. I already had 2 in the database. It's now added a
Which
third.
I think I have now.
Oh, do you in your deck?
Yes.
Okay, that's something we got to figure out too. How to
Yeah.
keep track of when the boys take a card out of the boxes and put into their decks. How do we keep track of that?
Yeah.
So then we go through just the rest of this stack of cards, adding it to the database. And that's a lot of work. Once we got all of these cards added to the database in these piles, then we can take the cases and we can start putting them in the cases. Long process, but at least we got a good organized system. So once we're finished with that, what do you think the next thing is you'd like to know?
I'd like to know, like, how does it keep track of the cards?
So I do have, if we go into this, I have another script written, which is not too long. And if we run this one,
577.
177 lines, you'll see that this is our database now of all of the cards.
Oh, how many are
All
there?
of the cards.
3,000. Not that much.
Yeah, these are the group ID. The group ID is
my.
the set. So base set, according to TCG, this is TCG Player's ID.
We have one card.
But for TCG Player, they call the base set of Pokemon Group
Base set.
604 because they also have Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, other cards that they give other IDs to. So base set Pokemon is group number 604. But every card, every single card, is given a SKU or a product ID. It's just like when you go into a grocery store and you scan an item, or wherever, and you scan an item, that's a unique number. So every card in TCG Player in the Pokemon system has a SKU for each condition. Condition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why in this database, you'll see the conditions. So now if we wanted to find Caterpie, I can go up to card name and type in CAT, right? And it shows me now all of the, in fact, I can go Caterpie. Now, these are all of the Caterpies that are potential. And over here on the right-hand side, you can see the quantities that we would have for the different ones. So you can see for most part, we don't have any. But what set do we want to look at?
Look at...
Well, the one we got.
Base set.
The one we got, which was?
Fusion Strike.
Fusion Strike. Was it Fusion Strike?
Yes.
Fusion Strike. There you go. Look, 7 cards in 7 cards.
Impressive.
For this Condition 1 Caterpie. And we also have, out of interest, 1 reverse holo for this Caterpie. So that's how we can quickly see what cards we have in our database, and I can filter it by set. So what is one other thing you think you'd like to see?
How much the cards are worth.
Exactly. So how much the cards are worth according to
20 cents.
The TCG player. Now we do not have the cards that are in the binder, or I think there might be 1 or 2 just for testing. But for the most part, we don't have the cards in the binder. So we run this one, and what it does is it searches the TCG player database for all the cards that are in our database and extracts the prices for the condition that we have identified and puts it into a big table. And when we have that big table, we can find out what are our most valuable cards. So the way I've got this set up right now is I've got it set up to display the top 20 cards, or the top 10, the top 20 cards that have the most value. So it's almost finished, and there you go. So over here in this little text output, we have a Scissor GX.
A Scissor GX.
Which was one of the ones from the binder that I have in here just for testing.
How much is like a regular card worth? What's the most expensive one we have?
Well, so I'll go through some of these ones here. So Scissor GX is at $28.28 right now, and we have 1 of them. We also have a Pikachu, Cosmos Holo Pikachu. This is a miscellaneous card. I think this was one of the Costco ones, perhaps.
I don't know. I know there was a Toys R Us Trico that was worth like $14
maybe.
American.
So anyway, those are worth $25 each, and we have 4 of them. There's also a Cynthia's Feelings.
That's like,
Cosmos Holofoil is a miscellaneous one again.
How much is that worth?
That one is worth $25 again, or $24.46, and so on. Charizard from Costco exclusive. There's a Charizard that's worth $22. Absol G Level X is worth $22.40. Tate and Liza, 21, and so on. And in the 20th most valuable card is a Charizard from Dragon Majesty, which is $7.50. But all together, what's in the database is we have 10,998 cards right now in the database. We still have a lot more to go. And they're worth about $2,800.
That's impressive.
Which is pretty good. So we also have 4,561 unique cards. So for example, this Caterpie, we have 7 of them. So that would be one unique card. That's one unique card. Now we got 7 of them, but that's one unique card. So
the other 6 are not.
We have 4,561 different cards, all from base set right up to obviously the most newest set.
That's crazy.
So there's a few improvements that I think I'd like to make, and of course, again, comment down below.
Comment down below any improvements we can make to this system. All of you tech geniuses out there.
That's right. And so, for example, I'd like to be able to create a report, like a PDF report, to show what cards that we have, right? So that you can take to trading nights, and so people can see what cards you have in your system, and perhaps they can trade with you.
Yeah.
Print reports, so to see of a certain set. So, for example, Fusion Strike. How many of all the cards?
That'd be like 100 sheets, though.
Oh, I know. We wouldn't necessarily print them. We might just have them electronically.
Yeah, that'd be smarter.
And so, for example, Fusion Strike. Do we have all of the set of Fusion Strike?
I think we're missing quite a few cards.
Which cards are we missing? So
the Mew VMAX Alt Art.
Right. So that'll be interesting to do, is to see which cards we're missing. So that is basically it for what we've got done. We've got those 3 different systems: the card scanner system, the database viewer, let's say, and the this one here, the price viewer. Obviously, it's pretty crude right now, but it's getting there, and it's a bit of work, but it's fun.
Thank you so much for showing us the database. So we will catch you guys in the outro. We will catch you in a second.
See you guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We 100% enjoyed making it, so we hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Make sure to like, Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell.
Also,
Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @JL_PKMN.
And the target
Congratulations to Mary Borg for winning the giveaway. And so yeah,
we hope you guys enjoyed our sorting system downstairs.
yeah, and all the little components and the code and all that.
We will catch you guys in the next one.
Hope you guys
I don't even know.
Hope you guys enjoyed the solo with Jonas. And we have a Astral Radiance, not Brilliant Star, an Astral Radiance Elite Trainer box for next week's video. So stay tuned for that. And so yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
Bye.